Hello, everyone, as always, very warmly. This is the 12th lesson in the Kanga University series, and this time we will be talking about stablecoins. What are stablecoins? Why is there such a belief, certainly in my mind, that if it weren't for stablecoins, the world of cryptocurrencies would be in a completely different place? How many stablecoins are there? How do they work? These are all things I would like us to discuss today. But first, let's start with the definition of a stablecoin. If we were to try to translate it very simply, stablecoin means stable coin. This name is actually quite good, so what is this coin stable against? It can be stable against many different assets, but it has been accepted that such an asset against which a stablecoin should be stable is some local national currency. For example, the Polish zloty, the dollar, the euro, the Swiss franc, etc. There are many stablecoins. The majority of stablecoins are, of course, tied to the dollar, but as you will soon hear, there is even at least one very important stablecoin tied to our Polish zloty, thanks to which the Polish cryptocurrency industry could significantly move forward. A stablecoin does not have to be stable only against a national currency. A stablecoin can be stable, for example, against the price of gold or some other instruments, but that becomes a bit complicated, and we are at the beginning of our journey. So let's assume, although it's not entirely true, that stablecoins are stable only against fiat currencies, meaning those national currencies, although as I mentioned earlier, this is not entirely true. Why do stablecoins exist? Why did the market need them? Precisely because the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other cryptocurrencies is volatile, is very dynamic, and we in the cryptocurrency space needed something stable in our environment, something equivalent to those payment methods that we use daily. For example, in my case, such a payment method is the Polish zloty. There are several different stablecoins. There are actually a few categories of stablecoins. Someone once did an inventory of all stablecoins and found that there are over 100, and probably more are being added every month. Is this a good thing? The market is free, so if they appear, it means that someone needs them. But we must remember that using stablecoins, although convenient and solving a number of challenges that previously existed in the cryptocurrency world and were unresolved, stablecoins solve them. We must remember that using stablecoins also comes with certain risks, and I will also want to talk about those risks soon. Where does the stability of a stablecoin come from? How is it that one Tether, the most popular dollar stablecoin, or other stablecoins are worth 1-to-1 against a fiat currency? This stability comes from several different sources. Different stablecoins use different sources of stability. Let me mention the most popular ones. The first source of stability is collateral in fiat currency in bank accounts. For example, Tether, or USDT, one of the most popular stablecoins, should have exactly as many dollars deposited in bank accounts as there are tethers in circulation. I'll immediately say that there are some controversies surrounding Tether. A significant portion of the cryptocurrency community believes that this collateral does not actually exist. Tether itself, moreover, claims that the collateral is not only in cash, it also has collateral in gold or other assets. But despite these controversies, it remains very popular. Another stablecoin that has collateral in local currency is USDC, a competitor to Tether, the so-called USD Circle. Another stablecoin, secured exactly 1-to-1, is the so-called Omega. In Poland, we have the Omega Zloty. There are also Omega dollars, Omega pounds, or Omega euros in circulation. This is a stablecoin that has exactly 1-to-1 coverage in fiat currency. Another form of collateral for stablecoins can simply be cryptocurrencies. There is a very interesting stablecoin called DAI, which is backed by other cryptocurrencies, primarily Ether. The assumption is that the vault backing it should contain such an amount of Ethereum that significantly exceeds the value of the issued DAI tokens, those DAI dollars. Why is this collateral larger? I think we intuitively understand it, because when the value of the collateral begins to fall, these DAI dollars are still supposed to be worth $1 as declared by the issuer. These cryptocurrencies or stablecoins, which do not have direct backing in dollars, zlotys, pounds, euros, or other currencies but are backed by other cryptocurrencies, are called decentralized stablecoins. In contrast, those cryptocurrencies that have backing in classic fiat currency are called centralized stablecoins. Let's summarize. We have centralized and decentralized stablecoins. Centralized ones are those that have backing in normal currency. The issuers operate somewhat like central banks, and the risk of using these cryptocurrencies or these stablecoins is that the issuer may not be entirely honest with us. That is, they may claim to have backing, but in reality, they may not have it, which poses a significant risk that if everyone came to the issuer and started exchanging their stablecoins for normal currency, the issuer wouldn't have that currency. And the second category we have is decentralized stablecoins, like DAI. There is also an organization overseeing it, but it is supported by a smart contract that ensures the collateral is adequate. When the value of the collateral starts to drop, there is also a risk that the stablecoin will lose its value. In general, such a phenomenon as losing the value of a stablecoin, like when its value detaches, is called a depeg. Remember that. Depeg, because we often use this term in our jargon, and we have a third type of stablecoin. Very interesting. Very interesting because it shows how far the human mind can go, and that financial cryptocurrency engineering knows no bounds. These are algorithmic stablecoins. These are stablecoins that may or may not have collateral, and this collateral is generated dynamically depending on how a given smart contract was written. Does this sound complicated? Because it is. A very interesting example of an algorithmic stablecoin is Ampleforth. When I first heard about it, I couldn't believe it. But it's a really fascinating solution. I should note that when I say something is interesting, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm encouraging you to use it. Here, you always have to decide based on your knowledge, experience, and conscience whether you want to use a particular tool. How does Ampleforth work? It works in such a way that every day, the smart contract checks what the average price of one stablecoin is. This price is, of course, expressed in dollars. If Ampleforth is worth less than $1, the smart contract takes away from all token holders a certain number of tokens so that they start to become scarce on the market, and the price begins to rise to around $1. If, on the other hand, the smart contract reveals that the value of this token is worth more than $1, then every day, at a certain time, distribution occurs proportionally to how many tokens we hold. But we get so many new Ampleforths that there are too many of them on the market, supply exceeds demand, and their price drops to $1. This is an example of the algorithmic operation of a stablecoin. There are many more such algorithms or algorithmic stablecoins, each of them working a little differently. It's worth getting interested in this. In the end, let's talk about how you can earn from stablecoins. Well, you can. You can earn in the classic way, for example, by buying Omega Zlotys and Omega dollars, waiting for the Omega dollar to rise, and then converting it back to Omega Zlotys. This is something we know from the classic Forex world. But there are more ways to earn from stablecoins. I'll mention 3. First, you can lend your stablecoins. There are entire lending mechanisms where you lend your stablecoins. And when someone returns them to you, you obviously get them back with interest. You can invest your stablecoins in other stablecoins, for example. This is a bit of what I mentioned at the beginning. But this other stablecoin doesn't necessarily have to be a stablecoin already tied to some fiat currency. But for example, a stablecoin tied to the price of gold. And if the value of gold goes up, you've made a profit. Of course, it could go down, in which case you've lost. And the third very popular way to earn from stablecoins is staking. Look into what staking is. Staking is like a crypto deposit. Let's call it that. You simply pledge your stablecoins in return for which you get interest every day or every month. As you can see, the concept of stablecoins is very interesting. If it weren't for stablecoins, the cryptocurrency market wouldn't be where it is now. We would be far, far behind. Stablecoins, according to my understanding, but not just mine, are a kind of intermediary between fiat currencies and dynamic cryptocurrencies like Ethereum or Bitcoin. And with that thought, I leave you. I wish you all the best and invite you to listen to the next lesson in the Kanga University series.